Welcome back, everyone. We have some neat Spider-Man figures to check out today. Well, they're from the Spider-Man series, technically not Spider-Man, because we have Venom 2 over here and we have Peter Parker to the right. This figure is from 1994 and this one is from 1995. All right, let's check out the Venom 2 figure first. I think these are really fun when they have the removable like armor or the mask from these 90s figures. Super awesome. So let's check out this figure, but first let's check out the packaging in the box. And that's because I think the artwork is really neat from these older figures. You have the Spider-Man right there. It says removable symbiotic mask, bonus collector pin. We've seen those before. Those are neat. And there's Venom, all with the Venomized gear on, or the symbiotic mask. And we'll turn it to the other side. Talks a little bit about Venom 2. And then it shows Venom there, and it says, place mask over Eddie Brock's head and he's ready for battle as Venom. And of course there's Spider-Man up there. So it looks really neat. And the figures we can collect within this set, there's a bunch of them. There's Spider-Man, Web Climber, and just tons of different figures there. I like that Spider-Man playset, that's really neat. Some other cool figures too. Lots of different Spider-Man figures. I think out of all these, I mean, the Spider-Man, that web glider is really cool, but this is neat, this Venom too, so I'm glad that we'll be checking this out today. All right, here it goes. After all these years, it's being unboxed and it's stapled. So sometimes these were factory stapled and sometimes not, because the plastic would kind of come undone a lot. So it's not that someone necessarily stapled it years after or after. Sometimes the factory would. The different glues wouldn't always stick so well. So here's our new figure. Super, super cool. I like this one a lot. This is neat. So he can bend his knees. Not all the figures would have the bending knees in the 90s, so it's kind of neat that we have that. And we have this armor that we can put on. So let's put this over here, this symbiotic chest piece. Kind of armor type, kind of not. I mean, and then we have this, of course. He's going to turn right into Venom once this goes on. So we keep the head on this figures. It's not like some of the newer figures that we can pull it off. This is kind of like a rubbery type head that just kind of slides over there, over the other head, which is kind of neat. It's different than a lot of the newer figures. And there it is. Our Venom 2 figure. So we can take this off if we want also. Just have it like that. Alright, we'll set this down and check out our Peter Parker figure. Let's get this one. Oh, and you know what? Actually, we have to check this out. The Venom collector pin. So it's kind of neat too. We have a whole collection of these now. There's like Spider-Man, a bunch of others that we have. So we'll set that next to our figure and get Peter Parker up next. This Peter Parker figure is 1 year older than the Venom 2 figure we just checked out. So it says Spider-Man right up there. Spider-Man's there with the web background. And there is Peter Parker with a camera accessory that he comes with. Also comes with that bonus collector pin. Here's a look at the back of the package. It says Peter Parker with his camera always gets Spider-Man in action. We have Peter Parker there, Spider-Man there. And then let's go down a little bit to the figures within this set. So there's a lot of different figures again. Starting with Doc Ock, there's Spider-Man, tons of other figures too. Lots of Spider-Mans again in this, which makes sense. This is a Spider-Man set, or made around Spider-Man. So out of all these, again, I mean, the Spider-Man figures are cool. Kingpin's kind of neat. We do actually have that. That'll be in a different video. But really, I think this Peter Parker, again, I think out of all these, besides like, maybe like Web Racer Spider-Man, this Venom's neat too. I like the Peter Parker, so I'm glad again we're opening this one. And this is a year older than the other figure, 1994. Something neat about just unboxing these from all these years later. Here it goes. I'll be kind of careful. I mean, I could be a lot more careful with the card or the back of the package here. but we're gonna do it this way, and because I saved those, or some of them, a lot of them I do, but they don't have to be perfect. Okay, so here is Peter Parker, or at least for me they don't. Some people like to have them real perfect, the card in the background, which is totally fine as a collector. But for me, I'm more concerned about the figure. Okay, so Peter Parker is in the jeans, and he has his brown jacket and his shoes. Kind of an interesting figure, comes with a camera. A lot of these Peter Parker figures do come with a camera. So let's put that around his neck. It lays pretty nice around his neck, just like that camera. Let's get a closer look at this figure. You can see a close-up of the camera also. I like looking at some of these older figures from like the 80s and 90s, 1980s and 90s, because they just offer a different, I don't know, there's something different about them than the newer figures. But the newer figures I like a ton too, but it's just this, I don't know, need to collect both. It's kind of like history, these figures are, it's cool. And this Peter Parker has that green shirt underneath, it's kind of cool too. Getting a closer look at his jeans in the back of his jacket, and oh yeah, check out the collector pin too. Let's check that out. So here's the collector pin. This time it has Doc Ock on it and then Spider-Man. So we'll take a closer look at this Doc Ock, and this is Spider-Man at the bottom. So that's interesting. Here's a look at both of our figures together, and let's zoom out just a little bit and let's put a Spider-Man figure next to Peter Parker. It just seems like we need Spider-Man next to Peter Parker. Definitely not the same size of figures, but you can see that there's a Spider-Man figure there. So that's it for today's video. Hope everyone enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.